lecture 13, which is on introduction to differential equations. So we're going to discuss here the definition of your ordinary partial differential equations, so OPE as well as ODE, solutions to differential equations, your IVP or initial value problem, separation of variables, and then some elementary applications like velocity of escape, and the other one is on orthogonal trajectories. So, most probably hanggang dito lang muna tayo ito sa tatlo, na hanggang IVP tayo. Initial value problem for today. So, what do we wish to come up with? You should be able to solve problems involving ordinary and partial differential equations. So, ODE and OPE. Specifically, you should be able to identify at the end of this lecture the order of a differential equation, explain what is meant by a solution to a differential equation, and you should be able to distinguish between the general solution and your particular solution of your DE, as well as to identify an initial value problem or an IVP and identify whether a given function is a solution to a differential equation or a solution to an initial value problem. So when we talk about calculus, we talk about the mathematics of chains and rates of chains, which are then expressed by your derivatives. So one of the common ways to use calculus is actually to set up an equation containing an unknown function y is equal to f of x and its derivative. So derivative is also not a sure differential equation. Solving such equations often provides information about how quantities change and frequently provides insight into how and why these changes actually occur. So there are several techniques. So for solving differential equation, you can have your direct solution using graphs, or sometimes you can make use of your computer calculations. And then we try to introduce here the main ideas and describe them in a little more detail later in the course. So we're going to study your DE, verify the solutions, and then we take up some methods that are used for solving your differential equations. And we will have some examples and uh, common and useful equations. So we define your differential equation to be equations containing derivatives of one or more variables. The following are example. This is read as your, you just use the laser pointer. This is read as the third derivative of y minus 3 times the first derivative of y plus 2y is equal to 0. This one is read as L times the second derivative of I with respect to t plus R times the first derivative of I with respect to t plus I with respect I over c times I is equal to E omega cosine of omega t. This one is read as the second derivative of u with respect to x plus second derivative of u with respect to y plus second derivative of u with respect to z is equal to 0. And this one is the quantity x plus y dx plus the quantity 3x squared minus 1 dy is equal to 0. Now, for definition 1.2, when we say an independent variable, you are talking about an equation that involves derivatives with respect to a particular variable. So a variable which is dependent is if the derivative of that variable occurs. Okay. Now, on the other hand, in this differential equation, L, second derivative y with respect to t plus r, derivative y with respect to t plus I over c times I equals e omega cosine omega t. Your t here is your independent variable, and your I here is the dependent variable. When you talk about your ODE, it's supposed to be your ordinary differential equation in which all derivatives are ordinary derivatives of one or more dependent variables. And it should be with respect to a single independent variable. For example, the following are your ODEs or your ordinary differential equation. This one, if you take a look, the third derivative of y minus 3 times the first derivative of y plus 2y equal to 0, L times the second derivative of y with respect to t plus r times the derivative of y with respect to t plus I over c times I is equal to e omega cosine of omega t. Similarly, your x plus y dx plus 3, the quantity 3x squared minus 1 dy is equal to 0 is an ordinary differential equation because as you notice, all derivatives are ordinary derivatives of one or more dependent variables. It satisfies the definition. For your partial differential equation or your PDE, so it should contain at least one partial derivative of some dependent variable. For example, we have this equation. Second partial derivative of u with respect to x plus second partial derivative of u with respect to y plus second partial derivative of u with respect to z is equal to 0. So notice that these are all partial derivatives. So it's called a PDE. Now, what is the order of the highest order derivative? I'm sorry, what is the order of the differential equation? So the order of the differential equation is the order of the highest order derivative that appears in the DE. So yun yung order. Kung ano yung pinaka mm, malaki na order ng derivative, that would be your order. Example, this one. If you take a look, this is the third derivative of y minus the first derivative, minus 3 times the first derivative of y plus 2y equal to 0. So the highest order there is 3. So the order is 3. On the other hand, this one, itong dalawa, notice that the highest order is 2. Partial derivative siya, pero ito, derivative of I with respect to t. But the highest order here is 2. So the order is 2. On the other hand, dito, okay, notice that this is simply of order 1 because you only have dx and your dy. Naintindihan so far yung mga definitions and examples? Hello? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes. So now we talk about some, by the way, this one pa, meron pa palang isa example. The order here is 4. Means you have y to the fourth, or the fourth derivative, minus cy prime is equal to 0. So the order here is 4. You have another definition. Talk about the solution this time. The solution of an ordinary differential equation in one dependent variable on an interval I is a function which when substituted for the dependent variable reduces the equation to an identity in the independent variable. Ano yung ibig sabihin nun? So, kung meron kayong ordinary differential equation, then that the solution of that one is a value such that when you try to substitute to this ODE, the result will give you an identity. Na? For example, you have the following. So you have this one. Now let us just try to consider the following example. This is the equation y prime equal to 2x. So when you say y is equal to x squared, this means to say, because this is a solution, when you substitute the derivative of y prime, no, to this original value, you will come up with an identity. In the same manner, if this is your differential equation and it says that this is the solution, then when you take the first derivative of this, kasi kailangan ng first derivative, along with 3 times y, whatever that y is here, and you substitute it to the original value, the result should be an equation. So, mean to say, an identity, I mean. Bale, you come up with 6x plus 11. Similarly, if you have y double prime minus 3y prime plus 2y equals 24e to the negative 2x. And if it says that this is the solution to this differential equation, then that means to say that when you take the second derivative of this, as well as ang first derivative, and you substitute this second derivative as well as the first derivative dito sa original equation, plus 2 times y, then merong minus t dyan, you should come up with 24e to the negative 2x. So you should come up with an identity. Okay? So we now try to consider that the following remark. The solution to a differential equation is not necessarily unique. Why? Because the derivative of a constant is 0. So for example, y is equal to x squared plus 4. This is also a solution to the first differential equation y prime equals 2x. Ano pang pwedeng maging solution niya? Pwede pa rin siya, um, y is equal to x squared minus 2. That's another solution. As long as you have a constant c there. Okay? So this is our first example. Verify that the function y equals e to the negative 3x plus 2x plus 3 is a solution to the differential equation y prime plus 3y equals 6x plus 11. So what do you think would be the first step that we should do based on this? So what we have discussed earlier. Ano ang gagawin natin? Anyone? Diba? Ito man yung function ninyo. Tapos, you're asked to verify that this function is a solution to this. So the first thing that you have to do is to get the derivative of this one. So yun man yung kailangan dito. Correct? So, to verify the solution, we first calculate for y prime using the chain rule for derivatives. Now, I hope at this point na alam niyo na paano magkuha ng derivative nito. What is the derivative of y? But you take individually the derivative of this. So what is the derivative of e to the negative 3x? By the way, you have your ballpen and your paper with you. Kailangan palagi pag nagkaklase tayo, ha? What is the derivative of e to the negative 3x?
Negative 3e to the power of negative 3x, ma'am.
Correct. So, yes. How about the derivative of 2x? Diba kasi term by term pagkuha?
2, ma'am.
2, yes. Derivative of 3?
0.
Yes, 0. Yes. So, when you take the derivative, remember that the derivative of e to the u is e to the u du. So from here, you are correct in saying that the derivative now of e to the negative 3x is negative 3e to the negative 3x. The derivative of 2x is 2, and the derivative 3 is 0. So this is just the derivative. Then what do we do next? We have to plug it in to this. So y prime plus, then you make use of y, so 3 times y equals, you should come up with 6x plus 11. We do that, so we substitute y and y prime into the left-hand side of the differential equation. So you have this, you have y prime plus 3y equals 6x plus 11. So you have y prime plus 3y should give us itong y prime na to. Substitute natin, come up with, then negative 3e to negative plus 2 plus 3 times our y is this. 3 times e to the negative 3x plus 2x plus 3. So when you solve for this, you come up with the following. This is equal to negative 3e to the negative 3x plus 2, then distribute yan, plus 3e to the negative 3x, 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times 3, so you have 9. And then, notice na ang negative 3e to the negative 3x at saka plus 3e to the negative 3x, that is equal to 0. So what is left is 6x plus 9 plus 2. So, but what is 6x plus 9 plus 2? That is your 6x plus 11. So you have shown now that y prime plus 3y is equal to 6x plus 11. Therefore, you have verified that y is equal to e to the negative 3x plus 2x is actually the solution or a solution to the differential equation. Solution yun na verified. Okay? So, ano uli ang basic na kailangan alam ninyo? You should be able to differentiate. Later on, kailangan nyo rin mag-integrate. Yung mga basic values, ito a to the negative 3x. Medyo madali lang kasi yung kinuna ng derivative dito. Yung example. Okay? Now, next one. Show that y of x equal to x to the negative 3 over 2 is a solution to 4x squared y double prime plus 12xy prime plus 3y equal to 0 for x greater than 0. So again, what should we do? Ang kailangan natin ngayon is ang second derivative at saka ang first derivative. Correct? So ito yung function na to. We would like to show that this is a solution to that one. So first, what is the derivative of x to the negative 3 over 2? Anyone? Sige, use your ball pen ulit at saka yung paper ninyo. You remember the derivative formula of u to the n. That is equal to n u to the n minus 1. So what's the derivative of x to the negative 3 over 2? Anybody? Dali lang ito kasi u to the n lang. Can you still hear me? What's the derivative of x to the negative 3 over 2?
Negative 3 over 2x to the power of negative 1 half 1.
Negative 1 half. Actually, di ba minus man dapat? So, minus 2 over 2. So, dapat x to the negative
Negative 5
5
over 2.
Yes. So, yan. Y prime is, correct yung ano niya na, n, x to the, okay, dapat negative 3 over 2 minus 1. But minus 1 is minus 2 over 2. So, x to the negative 5 over 2. Okay? So that, in your y prime. But remember that you also need your y double prime. You take again the derivative of this. So y double prime will give you what? That's the second derivative. Take the derivative of this again. Use your ball pen. Saka yung paper niyo mag-solve.
Positive 15 over 2 times x to the negative 7 halves.
Yes, correct. Right? So y double prime is positive 15 over 4 actually. X to the negative 7 over 2. Kasi ito, negative 5 over 2, multiply naman siya dito uli. It will give you 3 times 5, 15. Tapos 2 times 2 will give you 4. Negative, negative, so positive na. Then, itong negative 5 over 2 minus 1 uli. So, minus 2 over 2. That's why you have x to negative 7. Then, what is the next step? So, may y naman. Okay naman yung y. What's the next step?
Substitute sa function, ma'am.
Okay, substitute dito yung mga values. So, oops, balik natin sa isa yun. Plug in this as well as the function into the differential equation ito. So, i-plug in natin yung y double prime. So, you will have 4x squared times ito, 15x to negative 7 or 2, plus 12xy times ito, which is negative 0 over 2x negative 5 over 2, plus 3 times y, which is this, x to the negative 3 over 2. So, you should have something like that. Huh? Y double prime, plug in, y prime plug in, then 3y equal to 0. And then, bale, kailangan i-multiply. So, pag i-multiply yan, 4. Tapos, over 4 man yan. So, makancel out yan. Correct? Then, this is x squared. Tapos, negative 7 over 2. Ang x squared is equal to what? 4 over 2 yan. Di ba? Ito sa x. So, x to the 4 over 2. Tapos, x to the negative 7 over 2. So, what is the result?
15x to the negative 7.
Negative 7. Kuan man ito, 2 over 2 man yan. I'm sorry, 4 over 2 man yan, itong squared. So, pag 4 over 2, ano yan siya dapat?
Ay, minus din naman.
Minus ay yung kauban ani. So, pila man.
Negative 3 halves lang.
Okay, x to negative 3 halves. Correct. How about itong dito? Plus, then minus. So, minus, no? Pero this is 12 and this is 2. So, 12 divided by 2 by 6. So, negative 3 over 6. And then, but you have x, then x to negative 5 over 2. So, understood ito na 2 over 2. So, what will be the value there? X to the
Negative 18x to the negative 3 halves lang.
okay. So, 2 over 2, tapos minus 2 over 2. Correct. So, ganun din yun dito, no? Yan na yan. So, yeah, 15x to negative 3 over 2 minus 18, yes, x to the negative 3 halves, plus this is just simply 3x to negative 3 over 2. Okay? So, but notice na, di ba, dapat come up tayo ng x to negative 3 over 2. 15x to the negative 3 over 2 minus 18x negative 3 over 2 plus x. Is this indeed equal to 0? Equal ba? Dapat mag-come up man daw tayo ng ito. Dapat ma-0. Tingnan nyo. 15x negative
Yes,
3 over 2. Yes. Tapos plus 3x negative x, di ba 18 yan? So, that's equal to 0. Meaning to say, y equal to x is negative 3 over 2 satisfy the differential equation. Ay, come up ng kaning identity na equal to 0. So, this, therefore, it is actually a solution. Pero, what about this? Bakit kailangan yan for x greater than 0? Meron pa tayong dapat i-solve. So, why did we have to include the condition that x is greater than 0? So, you go back to yung problem niya na to. Okay. Did not use this condition earlier in the work showing that the function would satisfy the differential equation. Di natin ginamit. But, kailangan natin siya, yung condition na yon, since you have originally y of x equal to x to the negative 3 over 2 is equal to 1 over the cube root of x cube. So, if x is not greater than 0, eto, hindi siya maging defined sa set of real numbers. Okay? So, it was identified that x should be greater than 0. So in this form, it is clear that we'll need to avoid x equal to 0 at the least, as this would give division by 0. And that is not actually permissible. So a solution of an ordinary differential equation in one dependent variable on interval I is a function which, when substituted for the dependent variable, reduces the equation to an identity in the independent variable over I. So that's what we had learned. No? Solution is actually dependent upon a way wherein when you substitute it to the original value, you will come up with an identity. That's what we had learned so far. Your activity, which will be due on is Monday. So Monday next week. Okay. Verify that the following given equation is a solution to the corresponding OT. So you have 3 problems here. For activity 2.3, this will be due on Wednesday. So isang number lang yung Wednesday. We go to example 2.4. Both your y sub 1 equals 1 minus x and y sub 2 equals x minus 1 supposed to be solutions of your differential equation, second derivative of y equal to 0 on every interval I. If you have a function f of x, absolute value of x minus 1 on the set of real numbers, ibig sabihin to from negative infinity to positive infinity, set of real numbers, no? Then f is represented by y sub 1 equals 1 minus x for x less than or equal to 1. And, iba kasi, you have x minus 1, so absolute value, if you remember, meron tayong, just, pa kung meron kayong absolute value, dito lang ako magsulat. Kung meron kayong absolute value of x minus 1, that's equal to, okay, positive x minus 1 if x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Or that means you have x is greater than or equal to, lipat yung 1. Okay? And is negative x minus 1 if x minus 1 is less than or equal to 0, or that is true as saying that x is, lipat yung 1 doon, less than or equal to 1. Ito. That's why you have there y sub 1 plus 1 and minus x if y minus 1 if x is less than equal to 1. Okay, x is less than equal to 1. So you have x minus 1. This is 1 minus x. Na? 1 minus x for x less than or equal to 1. And you have negative x plus 1 ito. May mali ako dito. Negative x plus 1 ito. Should be, Sinolve ko na kasi yan kanina. So let me just, should be negative x na pag-receive it. So that should be plus 1. Negative x plus 1, or that should give us, okay, x is less than or equal to, pag i-rewrite niyo yan, that should give us this. X is greater than or equal to 1, di ba? X is greater than or equal to 1, dito yan. X minus 1. Should be x is less than or equal to 1. Okay? So, yx less than or equal to 1, you will have, lipat nyo ang minus x, tapos minus 1. Kaya lang, no? Negative x plus 1. Now, on the other hand, f is represented by y sub 1 equal to 1 minus x for x less than equal to 1, y sub 2 x minus 1 for x greater than equal to 1. Ito na lang. Let me just go to the next page para makita ninyo. Ito. So, kaya sinolve ko na kasi earlier. So, that is, from here, you have, just have your laser pointer here. Y sub 1 is equal to 1 minus x for x less than equal to 1. and y sub 2 is equal to x minus 1 for x greater than or equal to 1. So as long as your x here is, f is continuous at x equal to. So, however, f is not a solution for the second derivative y equal to 0 on any open interval containing x equal to 1 because f prime is not continuous at x equal to 1. So in fact here, the limit of f of h plus 1 minus f of 1 over h is equal to this. How come? Yan natin. Ito yung pag-solve. So the limit of h plus 1 minus f of 1 over h as h approaches 0 can be rewritten as the limit of h of f plus 1 minus f of 1 all over h as h approaches 0. Now notice that the limit now of ito, i-substitute na natin dito sa x. Ito mo yung function ninyo, no? So yung x, palitan natin ng h plus 1. So minus 1. And then, itong f of 1 is palitan yung x ng 1. So, you have 1 there, minus 1, all over h. But h plus 1 minus 1, absolute value is your absolute value of h. So, 1 minus 1, 0. So, h na lang may 1. Tapos, 1 minus 1, absolute value of 0. So, that is absolute value of h all over h as h approaches 0. So, meaning to say, you come up with limit of absolute value of h all over h as h approaches 0. And this one, okay, is equal to negative h over h. It's equal to negative 1. If h approaches 0 from the left, diba? From the left yan. Yan. But h over h is equal to 1, positive 1, if h approaches 0 from the right. So you have this. Negative 1 if h approaches 0 from the left, positive 1 if h approaches 0 from the right. Okay. So bago nakarating dito, this is supposed to be what was done there. So similarly, itong kanina, you have absolute value of x minus 1 is equal to ito. From here, you have this one. If x is greater than equal to 1, ito, x minus 1. And negative of x minus 1 if x is less than or equal to 1. Ito dito. Hindi dito yan siya. Okay? Klaro siya? Hello? Nakuha? Pag dili,
Yes, ma'am.
balikan lang ni pagtuon ha, pag dili pa makuha. Kaya kaning concept sa limit na aman ni sa Math 51. So we now go to the general and particular solutions. So when you talk about the differential equation y prime equals 2x, diba kanina we said that you have y is equal to x squared is a solution. And then we gave another solution, itong y equal to x squared plus 4. In fact, I said, pwede pa maging solution kay y equals x squared minus 2. So for these two solutions, the only difference is the last term, which is actually your constant. It's constant. What if the last term is a different constant? The question, will it still be a solution to the differential equation? The answer is yes. In fact, any function of this form, I plus c, where c represents any constant is a solution as well. The reason is that the derivative of x squared plus c is actually 2x, regardless of the value of c. So it can be shown that any solution of this differential equation must be of this form. Ito. Y is equal to x squared plus c. So we call this your general solution to your differential equation. General in the sense na you only have a value c. So if you would like to solve for a particular solution, then we need to give a particular value for c. So we need another step to be able to solve for your general solution. So a graph of some of these solutions is given in the next slide. So also note that in this graph, we use even integer values for c. So it's possible na i-limit nyo lang yung value ng c nyo, ranging from negative 4 and 4. But remember that c can also be not an integer. Pwede po siya fraction. So because there is no restriction on the value of C, it can be an integer or it cannot be an integer. So here, each individual solution of a differential equation is called this time your particular solution. Whereas your general solution of an ODE or ordinary differential equation is a non-empty set of solution specified by an expression which contains at least one parameter and which becomes a representation of a particular solution when its parameters are replaced by numbers. So the set of all solutions of a differential equation is now called its complete solution. So family of solutions of the differential equation y prime is equal to 2x. So ang isang alam natin solution is x squared plus 4 is a solution. And then we have that one. Okay, so we have it follow for a while class here. Okay, sorry for that. So we have y is equal to x squared plus 4 is also a solution. So what other values can be its solution? Solution also. Diba, sabi ko kanina, pwede y is equal to x squared minus 4. Correct? So, pwede siya. Ito yung c ninyo dito is negative 2. So, ito ang c is 4. So, ito yung y is equal to x squared plus 4. So, y equal to x squared plus 2. O pwede ito lang, y equal to x squared. Ang c is 0. Or, y is equal to x squared minus 2. Y is equal to x squared minus 4. And c is equal to negative 4. Okay? So, we are free to choose any solution we wish. Pwede rin to. Hindi, although wala dito nakalagay. But you can also have y equal to x squared minus 3. So, it's still a member of the family of solutions to this differential equation. So, itong mga value na to are called your particular solution to the differential equation. But a particular solution can often be uniquely identified if we are given an additional information about the problem. And we call this additional information as your IVP. That is your initial value problem. So, for example, we asked to find the particular solution to the differential equation y prime equals 2x. And the initial value problem says that it is passing through the point 27. So, di ba kanina, find the particular solution for y prime equals 2x lang. Okay? So, this time, there is an additional information wherein this differential equation is passing through the point 27. So any function of this form, y is equal to x squared plus c, is a solution to this differential equation. And to determine the value of c, we have to substitute the values. Ito, x is equal to 2. Remember, this is your x here. And y is equal to 7. Into this equation, you have to consider, kasi di ba ito yung function of this form, solution man yan, no? So, and solve for c. And how do we do that? Come up with y is equal to x squared plus c. Okay. And then computing for c, you have to substitute your x, which is equal to 2. So you have 2 squared. And y is equal to 7 here. So you now have 7 equals, you have 2 squared. That's your x plus c. So solving for c, 7 minus 4 is equal to c. What is your c now? Your c is equal to 3. So this one can now have the value, this one c will now have the value 3. So we have the particular solution passing through the point 27 is y is equal to x squared plus your c is replaced by 3. So this is now your particular solution. Ulit lang yun pa kanina. Ayan na yan. So, an initial value problem or IVP is a differential equation along with an appropriate number of initial conditions. So, for example, ito. The following is an initial value problem. 4x squared y double prime plus 12xy prime plus 3y equal to 0 with the initial condition that y at 4 is equal to 1 over 8 and the first derivative at 4 is equal to negative 3 over 64. Notice that if the differential equation is of second order, then you will also need two two initial conditions. If this one, take a look, you only have first order, then you only need one initial condition. Okay, it says here the number of initial conditions required will actually depend, excuse me, on the number of the differential equation. So kung pananglitan, you have y to the fifth, no? Order of 5. Tapos may equation dyan, tapos may y to the fifth. Then you will need how many? You'll need 5 also. 5 initial conditions. Okay? So let us try to solve a problem using your initial value problem. So again, before that, we find the following definition. A problem of determining solutions to an ODE that satisfies some condition is called your IVP or initial value problem. For the first order equation, you wish to determine the conditions for the IVP, y prime f of xy. Okay, isa lang siya. Y prime man, so you only need one initial condition to have a solution. So, Theorem 3.2 says that if you consider the initial value problem, y prime f of xy, notice now you only have one initial condition there because it's just y prime, and you have r is equal to xy element of your r squared such that x minus x sub 0, its absolute value is less than or equal to a, and y minus y sub 0 less than or equal to b, and the function at xy and the partial derivative with respect to y are continuous on this r, this is your r here, and f of xy, that function is less than or equal to a value m in r, okay, less than or equal to this m in r, in this xy element of r squared, no? Because that's your r. For some m greater than 0, as also h is actually the minimum of the value between a, wherein your a here is supposed to be this, no? And b over m, where m is that 1, where your b is that 1. Then there exists a unique solution of this, a unique solution on this interval x, absolute value of x minus x sub 0 less than or equal to h, where h is again the minimum between a and b over m. This is a theorem. Let's take an example. Verify that the function y equals 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t is a solution to the IVP. Y prime plus 2y equals 3e to the t. Y at 0 is equal to 3. Now, will you please give me what's the first step that we have to do? Anong first step natin gagawin?
Calculate the y prime, ma'am.
Yes, very good. So, based on this, you have to calculate your y prime. So, y prime, okay, y prime, calculating the y prime, you will come up now with ito. What's the derivative of 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t? That's the derivative.
negative 4e to the power of negative 2t plus e to the power of t.
Yes, very good. So, yan, no? Negative 4e to the negative 2t plus e to the t. And then, since yun lang man ang needed natin, no? You can plug in your y prime. Okay. Then plug in your y, which is that. So you should come up with value. Okay, y prime plus 2y will give you, since y prime is computed already, negative 4e to the negative 2t plus e to the t plus 2 of your y, which is that 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t. When you compute this, like this, 4e to the negative 2t plus e to the t plus 4e to the negative 2t plus e to the t. So, anong result? Ito, negative 4e to the negative 2t at saka plus 4e to the negative 2t is 0. Tapos ito, e to the t, that is plus 2e to the 3. That is equal to 3e to the t. But ito yan. So, na-show na ninyo. Diba? So, y prime plus 2y, you are able to show that's equal to 3e to the t. But then, because this is an IVP, okay, we will not end with just this one. You have to consider yung initial value. Because this initial value problem. So, my initial condition na y at 0 is equal to 3. So, although it already solves the differential equation, ay kamat na meron pa tayong isang condition. So, you have to go that. So, next we calculate y at 0. So, y at 0 from y equal to 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t. You have to consider this time, okay, your t to be equal to 0. So, y at 0, 2e to the negative 2 times 0 plus e to the 0. But what is that? 2e to the negative 2 times 0, that's 2. Kasi 1 lang man ito, e to the 0 man yan. So, 2 times 1 plus e to the 0 is another 1. So, y at 0 is equal to 3. And then, balik tayo ulit dun sa problem natin. Okay? So, we have there. Result verifies the initial value. Okay? Y at 0 is equal to 3. Correct? Ito, yan, balik natin. Yan. Y at 0 is equal to 3. Na ano natin, na-satisfy din natin yung initial value na condition. So, na-satisfy. So, satisfied yung dalawa, verifies the initial value. Therefore, the given function satisfies the initial value problem. So, the initial value problem consisted of two parts. The first part was the differential equation and the initial condition. The differential equation is a family of solutions, and the initial condition determines the value of your C. So if we consider the family solutions of the differential equations, y prime plus 2y equal to 3e to the t, given by y equal to 2e to the negative 2t plus ce to the t, we have this. So y is equal to 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t. Ang curve nito. Y equal to 2e to the negative 2t plus 0.5 e to the t. And then that one, y is equal to e to the negative 2t plus. Pinakita lang ko anong itsura. Na? Okay. Ang itsura ng curves ninyo. So the particular solution, y equal to 2e to the negative 2t plus e to the t is actually labeled. Ito. Yan. Labeled yan. Ito. Arranged na to. This time you are asked to solve the following initial value problem. Y prime equals 3e to the x plus x squared minus 4. Y at 0 is equal to 5. Then what do we do? Find the antiderivative of both sides. This time, iba sabi ko kanina, in some cases, para sa ito, y prime, wala man tayong value, you have to take this time the antiderivative of both sides of the differential equation. So what's the antiderivative of y prime? Simply y, correct? So you come up with the following. Integral of y prime dx, integral of 3e, kasi ano na to, derivative na to, no? Diretso. So, antiderivative ang kunin natin. So, you have 3e to the x plus x squared minus 1. What is the antiderivative of 3e to the x? or integral. Mas madali na lang sabihin. What's the integral of 3e to the x?
3e to the x, Miss. Ma'am.
Okay, so we have here 3e to the x pa rin, no? Then ito, x squared man yan, plus 1, di ba? So you have 1/3 x cubed minus ang integral nito is 4x. Plus, do not forget the constant plus c2. Kasi, di ba, wala siyang limits of integration. Similarly, ito, when you take the integral, you come up with c1. But we can still simplify this. We can rewrite this as y equals 3e to the x plus 1/3 x cubed minus 4x plus, lipat niyan dito, so you will have c2 minus c1. But if you have c2 sub 2 minus c sub 1, pwede ito masulat as 1c. Correct? Isang c na lang yan. We can write that as y equal to 3e to the x plus 1/3 x cubed minus 4x plus c by letting C2 minus C1 to be equal to your C. You can simply define this one to be your C. So, pag ganito ang problem, di ba kanina nagkuha man lang tayo ng derivative. But this time, derivative naman siya daan. So, there's no other way but to simply take its integral. Now, how do we end up with C? But we need to solve also for C kasi nga particular yung solution na kailangan. So, we substitute x equal to 0 and y equal to 5 into y is equal to 3e to the x plus 1/3 x cubed minus 4x plus c. So, since x equal to 0, why do we have that? Na natin ulit. Di ba ito? Y at 0 is equal to 5 sa initial value. So, y at 0 is equal to 5. So, x equal to 0, and y is 0 to say x is 0, the value is 5. Come up with this one, substitute. So 5 ang y, then x is 0, so 3e to 0 plus 1/3, 0 cube, x is 0. Minus 4 times 0, x is 0. And x is 0 plus c. But what is 3e to the 0? That's 3. This one is 0, 0. So 5 equals 3 plus c. So solving for c, we have c equals 2. Balik na siya. Substitute the value c equals 2 into this. Yung sinolve natin kanina. Diba? Yung result ng integral. So, particular solution now will be y equals 3e to the x plus 1/3 x cubed minus 4x plus here c is equal to 2. Naintindihan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what's the analysis? The difference between your general solution and your particular solution is that your general solution involves a family of functions. Pag general, di ba, may plus c, either explicitly or implicitly defined of the independent variable. And also, the initial value or values determine which particular solution in the family of solution satisfies the desired condition. So kung may initial value problem, then you simply need to pick up what value of C is. So these are the references. You can take a look at that one. And for those of you who were not around or not able to attend the class, I already posted yung discussion on lecture 12D and notes 12C because we'll have to submit your activity on Thursday. And for you to be able to solve them, you need to watch, especially yung hindi nakatend ng class, no? You need to watch the recorded lecture para maintindihan on how to solve them. So I'm giving you the time on Wednesday to work on your assignment for Thursday. You watch the video clip and then you learn from that and you can submit your assignment which is due on Thursday. So, ang next meeting natin will be on Thursday na, no? Kasi sa Wednesday will not meet. Ang gagawin niyo sa Wednesday is to watch the video clip. Oops. Skip. Discard na lang yung notation natin. Hindi na masyadong So, this is I'm giving I'm going to give you your activity for Monday. And for Monday, oh, by the way, i-remind ko naman ulit kayo, no, that your activities should be done on time and it should be submitted because they are considered as your take-home quizzes. Okay, konti lang yung magpo-quiz pa rin tayo. Meron pa rin tayong quiz. Like on the, probably, di ba 23, may sinabi ko, i-move ko na lang yun siguro sa para makasi you'll have enough time to study. You'll have your quiz on December 1 sa notes 12C and lecture 12D, which is on McLaurin series, Taylor series, and your binomial series. So you'll have your quiz on that on November 1. Be sure na memorize niyo na yung mga formula. Enough time na siguro yan. Tapos nagawa niyo na rin yung mga activities niyo on that one. Then, before mag-end ang December, so siguro mag-quiz naman tayo ulit dito sa topic natin, Lecture 13. There are 3 sections sa Lecture 13, Lecture 13, 13A and 13B. If you take a look, ito kasi yung topic sa 13 ito. So ito pa lang natapos natin for today, hanggang initial value problem. Then we'll try to discuss separation of variables Thursday, then probably kaning elementary applications uli sa Monday. Okay? So, let's just see kung okay na yung, pero Monday. Ano ba yung Monday? Mag-umpisa, merong summit sa Monday and then gagamitin ang lecture hall B. That's why I said probably maka-online na tayo, ay maka face-to-face tayo after na, by December na kasi doon na matatapos ang inyong doon na matatapos ang paggamit sa lecture hall. Under-repair ang lecture hall para sa MSHI IT Summit. So here, let me just have tayo natin yung activity ninyo. Activity, saan kayo nilagay? Activity niya. Definition yan lahat. Ito, 2.2. So ito. This is due on, so ang 2.3 is due on Wednesday next week. Ito na lang unahin natin. Post.